Hi, and a very warm welcome to Wellbeing Mission Control. And I wonder if you've ever felt frustrated by the way that you can be overwhelmed by a sudden burst of emotion, anger, fear, or even joy. I wish that were more prevalent in the world. But the fact is, there are very few people who would claim to be able to exercise real mastery and control over their emotions. We're brought up to believe that our feelings happen to us. In fact, many people would say that their their mental energy is purely an extension of who they are, as if there's no separation between the way they think, the way they feel, and their sense of identity. But we've known for thousands of years that this is not the case. We know that our thoughts and feelings are largely a product of the way that we're brought up, the way we're conditioned to think and feel, to believe, to behave. It's artificial. I hope I haven't shattered any illusions. But there are a couple of points I wanted to share with you very briefly about key ingredients for gaining a stronger sense of control over the mental and emotional energy. The first is to note that there is a tiny moment of separation between whatever's going on around you and the way you react. It's a moment that you can learn to identify and you can use. Because in that little precious moment, you can stop, you can pause, you can take a breath, and you can choose how or even if you're going to react. Now, we've touched on this before, and it's such an important issue that I thought it was worth repeating and sharing once more. This is a most fabulous habit for you to develop because instead of constantly reacting to the way people think and feel and behave, to what you're seeing, perceiving on social media, you get a chance to stop and interrupt the flow of habits, because most of our thoughts and feelings are just habits. They seem so familiar, we think they're just a part of us, but in reality, they're not. They're more like a set of clothes that you become so familiar with that you identify with what you're wearing, but you're not your clothes. There might be an extension of your taste and preferences, but you and your thoughts and feelings, your clothes, are actually separate entities. And when you realize that you have the power to choose how you think, how you feel, how you behave, you gain access to an enormously powerful tool for your peace, your happiness, your creativity, success, for your health and well-being. It's a major step. The other thing I wanted to mention, while we're on the topic, is that it's extremely helpful for you to pause and just understand that this stream of consciousness, these thoughts and feelings that you're experiencing directly pretty much all the time, they can be interrupted as well. It just takes a moment of mindfulness, a moment for you to learn to just separate yourself from this very familiar energy. I mean, you know, your thoughts can sometimes be quite chaotic. We're not trained or taught to marshal our thoughts, to organize them so we can choose when we want to let them flow freely or when we want to focus, harness our energy, or even just to let it go and find an oasis of complete and perfect calm in the middle of a busy day. But you can do this. You can help yourself by breathing a little more deeply, by relaxing. Let go of the tension in your face, your jaw, your shoulders, and just watch the thoughts, the energy rushing through your mind, and watch them as a spectator. And that creates this beautiful sense of distance and separation. So you're no longer being carried along, blown around like a leaf in the wind, but you can get to understand that this energy, this powerful energy of emotion, mental force, is not necessarily who you are. You're witnessing, you're watching, but you're no longer being carried along by these particular habits. What do you think? Does it sound like a good idea? Well, we know for thousands of years the benefits are incalculable, they're enormous for your health, your well-being, for your ability to see the world in a different light. And that includes your ability to understand a little more of who you really are. Life is a fairly short, precious experience. Let's make the very most of it by setting ourselves free from the chains of our old habits so we can begin to choose how we think and feel and behave. Does that sound like a good idea? Feel free to share your thoughts and feelings and comments with me. It's always a pleasure to hear from you. I'll be back for you tomorrow, and in the meantime, have a wonderful day.